from Hillel Academy in Dayton, Ohio meet as schools match wits. Now here's your host, Mike Gallagher.
Thank you. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of our show. We're glad you could be with us. Kettering Alter has returned. They won 2 weeks ago. We weren't on last week because of Wright State basketball. 2 weeks ago, they beat Beaver Creek, so they are our defending champions. Again, the challengers tonight from Dayton, Hillel Academy. Let's meet all 8 of our contestants tonight. First of all, to my right from Kettering Alter High School. Introduce yourselves, guys.
John Powers, Sr.
John?
Jim Chang, Sr.
Jim?
John Abele, Jr.
John?
John Sikora, Sr.
All of you, welcome back and good luck on your second attempt. For the first time, Hillel Academy from Dayton, Ohio. Introduce yourselves, gang.
David Hohn, Sr.
David?
Sheila Mendelson, Sr.
Sheila?
Ethel Greenstone, Sr.
Ethel?
Zachary Simon, Sr.
Zachary, all of you, welcome to the show and good luck to you. We'd like to have you meet our judge, everyone. As always, meet Dr. Tom Witten, who's a professor of English at Wright State University and the director of writing programs there. He's author of the recently published book, Away with Words. Here are the rules of our show. Each student has in front of him or her a selection of categories. Each category is divided into 2 parts. The first part of the category is called the qualifier, which is not at all for points. It just qualifies the team to answer the second part of the category, which is for points. If they miss the qualifier alone, that enables the opposing team to have a chance to capitalize and take the category away. Each team has 5 seconds in which to give a correct answer, and in the event of a double answer, the first answer that we hear given is considered the official one. All right, those are the rules of the show. As always, we flip the coin before airtime, and Hillel Academy won the toss. They opted to be the visiting team, so Kettering Alter is on my right side, the home team side. Let's begin round 1 of tonight's Schools Match Wits with category selection and John Powers. John?
Number 28, Sports.
Number 28, Sports, and we're underway, Alter. On July 4th, 1983, he became only the 8th New York Yankee to pitch a no-hitter. He did it against the Boston Red Sox. Name this young Yankee pitcher.
Dave Righetti.
Dave Righetti is correct, John. Now for points, Alter. In the 1960s and 70s, the Boston Red Sox boasted 3 MVP outfielders. Name each for 5 points apiece. Number 1, in 1978, he slugged 46 homers.
Jim Rice.
That's right. Number 2, 1975, the Red Sox win the pennant, and this center fielder, the MVP.
Fred Lynn.
Freddie Lynn is correct. And number 3, in 1967, in this Red Sox pennant year, he not only won the MVP, but the Triple Crown.
Carl Yastrzemski.
Yaz, the great Yaz. Well done, Alter. 15 points on the board. You're first on the scoreboard. Over to Hillel Academy and David Hohn. David?
Geography, number 9.
Number 9, Geography. Here's the qualifier, gang. An ice cave noted for its beautiful crystal effects is near Dobšina in what communist bloc country? Czechoslovakia, Poland, or East Germany?
East Germany.
That's incorrect. Can you capitalize, Alter?
Poland.
No, Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. We go back to Alter. Would have been your turn, and Jen Chang. Jen?
24, general knowledge.
Number 24, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. In the Eugene Field poem, these 3 sailed in a wooden shoe. Who?
Butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker.
That's incorrect. Can you capitalize, Hillel? Hands up, Winkin, Blinken, and Nod. Winkin, Blinken, and Nod. We stayed with Hillel. Would have been your turn, and Sheila Mendelson. Sheila?
Number 12, Sports.
Number 12, Sports. Here's the qualifier. She has won 4 Wimbledon championships, including 1983. Who?
Martina Navratilova.
Martina Navratilova is correct. Now for points. With the 1984 Major League Baseball opening day about a month away, let's go back in time. Name these past feisty managers. 5 points apiece. Number 1, Leo the Lip, manager of the Dodgers and the Giants.
Leo DeRocha.
Right. Number 2, this Eddie of the Giants was always Peck's bad boy. Hands up, Eddie Stanky. Eddie Stanky. And number 3, and this Earl of the Orioles with 5 pennants was not exactly taciturn during a game.
Earl Weaver.
That's right, Zachary. 10 points on the board for Hillel Academy. Back over to Walter and John Abele. John?
Number 10, U.S. history.
Number 10, U.S. history. Here's the qualifier. In U.S. history, we've heard of the New Frontier, the Fair Deal, and the Great Society. But when Franklin Delano Roosevelt came in during 1933, what did he call his programs?
The New Deal.
The New Deal is correct, John. Now for points, Alter. All about President Roosevelt's New Deal for 5 points apiece. Number 1, in an attempt to raise the prices of agricultural products, this act was passed on May 12, 1933. Name this AAA. Agricultural Adjustment Act. Number 2, trying to get business started, this NRA, or NIRA, was passed on June 16th, 1933. Name the act. National Recovery Act, or National Industrial Recovery Act. Number 3, under the Unemployment Relief Act of March 1933, the CCC was organized. CCC stood for what? Civilian Conservation Corps. And number 4, on May 12th, 1933, for direct aid to the unemployed, the FERA was passed. What was this act?
Federal Emergency Relief Act.
That is correct. Federal Emergency Relief Act, John. 5 points on the board for Alter. Back to Hillel Academy and Ethel Greenstone. Ethel?
Number 21, word.
21 words. Here's the qualifier. Oops, there goes the qualifier. Excuse me. Here's the qualifier. If spurulous means false, what does specious mean? Space-like, special, beguiling, or big?
Beguiling.
Beguiling is correct, Ethel. Now for points. S words. I'll give you a brief word meaning. You match it to the correct S word on the screen for 5 points apiece. Number 1, approval.
Sanction.
That's right. Number 2, hopeful.
Seditious.
That's incorrect. Number 3, morose.
Sanguine.
That's incorrect. Number 4, punctilious.
Scrupulous.
Scrupulous is correct. And number 5, perfidious.
Seditious.
Seditious is correct. Number 2, hopeful was sanguine. Morose was saturnine. But you got 15 points on that one, Hillel Academy. We go back over to Walter and John Sikora. John?
Number 18, U.S. government.
18, U.S. government. Here's the qualifier. On March 2nd, 1867, the Blank Act passed over President Johnson's veto. It punished the 10 states which had rejected the 14th Amendment by grouping them into 5 military districts. Beginning with R, what was this act called?
Reconstruction.
That's correct, the Reconstruction Act. Now for points. I'll give you clues to each of the 4 provisions of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. You complete the provision or its essence for 5 points apiece. It was ratified on July 28, 1868. Number 1, all persons born or naturalized in the United States are, complete this first section or provision.
Citizens.
You accept citizens? That will be acceptable. Citizens of the United States. Number 2, blank representation in Congress for states denying any legal vote. Fill in the blank.
No.
That's incorrect. Reduced. Number 3, in 1868, this 14th Amendment barred all blank leaders from state or federal office.
Confederate.
Confederate is correct, or any rebel against the United States. And number 4, and the 4th section or provision guaranteed payment of the U.S. debt, but forbade payment of the blank debt.
Confederate.
Confederate, or in any aid of insurrection or rebellion against the United States. Well done, Alter. 15 points on the board for you on that one. Back over to Hillel and Zachary Simon. Zach?
Number 2, history.
2, history. Here's the qualifier. The Battle of Lundy's Lane against the British near Niagara Falls was the fiercest battle of what war involving our country?
1812.
That's correct. Nice and loud for me now, David. The War of 1812. Now for points. Bits and pieces from world history for 5 points apiece. Number 1, 190 B.C., Battle of Magnesia. Roman army under this leader defeated the Syrian forces near Smyrna. His 3 initials spell out S, A, and M. Just his famous first name would be enough. Name him. Scipio Africanus Major. Number 2, this great charter of English liberties was signed on demand by the English barons June 19th, 1215. What was it for 5 points, and who signed it for 5 more?
Magna Carta.
Right?
King James.
No, King John. King John. You got 5 points on that one. Less than 2 minutes to go before the end of the first round. Number 3, Battle of Malvern Hill, where Union forces under General Blank repulsed Confederate assaults in the Civil War on July 1st, 1862. General who? His last name starts with M.
Marshall.
No, McClellan. And number 4, Entire Spanish fleet destroyed at Manila Bay in the Philippines by the American fleet under this admiral who did not lose one U.S. ship. May 1st, 1898. Who?
Rick Hoffman.
No, nice and loud for me. Admiral George Dewey. Dewey. 5 points on the scoreboard for you, Hillel. Back to Walter and John Powers.
Number 29, general knowledge.
29, general knowledge, under a minute to go. Here's the qualifier. This, in 1951, was the first commercially sold electronic computer. Was it Compaq 1, Univac 1, or Apple 1?
Univac 1.
Univac 1 is correct, John. Now for points. Now to some basic computerese. Select the correct term on the screen for 5 points apiece. Number 1 refers to a system of two and only two mutually exclusive components. Right. Number 2, the primary non-removable memory of a computer.
Core.
Core is correct, Jen. Number 3, the terminal providing a visual display of input data and other output.
CRT.
CRT, cathode ray tube. And number 4, the use of computers to automate accounting systems and other information storage and retrieval, especially in a business context.
EDB.
EDB, that's incorrect. Well, he said EDB, but EDP are the only initials given, so we will accept the answer. Electronic data processing. Well done, you got them all, Walter. And a good game, but that marks the end of round 1. We're going to take a commercial message and be back to meet Hillel Academy and start round 2 after this timeout, so don't go away. Well, a good game so far, a 25-point difference, but right now the defending champions are Hillel Academy, 55-30. Kettering over, back for the second time. Now, you know, if you win 3 times, you will come back in the spring and you'll retire and then come back in the spring for our spring championship series. So good luck to you. But I know somebody wants to stop all that. Hillel Academy from Dayton, Ohio, and David Hone. David, tell me about yourself.
I'm a senior at Hillel Academy. I'm a member of the varsity basketball team and an advisor to the newspaper. I enjoy scuba diving and sailing, and hopefully I'll be going into marine biology.
Super. Good luck to you, David. Sheila Mendelson. Sheila?
I am involved with the girls' varsity basketball, and this fall I'll be attending Florida State University, specializing in textiles in the School of Home Economics.
Sounds good. Good luck to you, Sheila. Ethel Greenstone. Ethel?
I'm a senior at Hillel, and I'm in an honors seminar from Monsanto right now, and I'm involved in a computers club, and next year I hope to go to Stoner major in computers.
Super. Good luck. And Zachary Simon. Zach?
My name is Zachary Simon. I'm a senior at Hillel Academy. I'm vice president of student council, sports editor of the newspaper, and I plan to attend Miami University and major in international affairs.
Super. As do all of our students, usually all some super goals. Good luck to all of you, and we're glad to have you. Let's get right back into the thick of things with round 2. Again, Hillel Academy trailing by 25 points. They have a chance right now to catch up because we left off with them. We go back to David Hone for category selection. David?
Science, number 17.
Number 17, science. And here's the qualifier, gang. Between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are an estimated 30,000 pieces of rocky debris, known collectively as the what?
Milky Way.
Milky Way is incorrect. Can you capitalize?
Asteroid belt.
Asteroid belt is correct, or planetoids. Now for points, all about comets for 5 points apiece. Number 1, comets, according to one noted astronomer, are enormous snowballs of frozen gases. Mostly what, and what? Name the 3 gases for 5 points apiece.
Hydrogen.
That's incorrect.
Nitrogen.
No, that's incorrect. One more guess. Tons of carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor. Number 2, in 1973, this comet, beginning with the letter K, made its first appearance to humankind. Name it.
Chiron.
No, Kauter or Kahooter. Number 3, in 1986, this well-known comet will again approach the point of its orbit closest to the sun. Name it.
Halley.
Did you see Halley's comet? You're right. 5 points on the board for you, and we stay with you since you capitalized. And Jen Chang, pick a category. Jen?
26, general knowledge.
Number 26, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. It's a 4-lettered word beginning with T, which means to cultivate. What is it?
Till.
Till is correct, John. Now for points. Put 10 points in the till for each of these questions or answers beginning with till. T-I-L-L. Number 1, it was the name of the BBC television series on which the American TV series All in the Family was based.
Till death do we part.
Till death do we part. We'll accept that, all right? And number 2, till the seas gang dry, my love, is a line from this well-known Scottish poem by Robert Burns. Name it. Time's up. My love is like a red, red rose, or the red rose. You got 10 points on the board, though, Walter. We go back over to Hillel Academy and Sheila Mendelson. Sheila?
Number 20, general knowledge.
20, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. This day represents May 8th, 1945, and the end of World War II in Europe. Using 2 letters of the alphabet, it was called blank blank day.
VE Day?
VE Day, right. Victory in Europe. Now for points, Hillel. Since 1840, 8 of our U.S. presidents have died in office. I'll give you the date when 5 of them died. You identify the president for 5 points apiece. Number 1, April 4th, 1841.
Tyler.
That's incorrect. William Henry Harrison. Number 2, September 14th, 1901.
Cleveland.
No, McKinley. McKinley. Number 3, July 9th, 1850.
Zachary Taylor.
That's Taylor. Number 4, August 2nd, 1923.
Roosevelt.
No, that's Harding. And number 5, September 19th, 1881.
McKinley.
Garfield. Garfield. You got 5 points on that one, Hillel. We go back to Walter and John Abley. John?
Number 4, general knowledge.
4, general knowledge is the category. Here's the qualifier. He was far from being a 2-bit president, but his visage is on our quarters. Who?
George Washington.
George Washington is correct. Now for points. We know George Washington is also on our $1 bills. But what president's faces are on these paper currency denominations? 5 points apiece. Number 1, the $5 bill.
Abraham Lincoln.
That's right. Number 2, $20 bill. That's correct. Number 3, $50 bill. Our 18th president.
Ulysses Grant.
Right. And number 4, and our 22nd president, a Democrat, is on the $1,000 bill.
Cleveland.
That's right. Very well. Good. Well done. You got a lot of $1,000 bills laying around or something, I guess. 20 points on the board for you, Walter, on that one. We go back to Hillel Academy and Ethel Greenstone. Ethel?
Number 16, general
I was
knowledge.
going to go to my wallet for the $1,000 bill question. But the qualifier, gang, the tomb of the unknown soldier is in Arlington Cemetery. This burial ground for the U.S. war dead is located on what river?
Potomac.
The Potomac, Zach. Now for points. In the United Nations Security Council, there are 5 permanent member nations. Name each for 5 points apiece. Now I can accept only the first 5 countries that I hear.
France.
Right.
United
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Right.
PRC.
People's Republic of China.
Right.
United States.
Right.
Great Britain.
United Kingdom. That's right. Well done. 25 points. Great Britain. United Kingdom is what? All right. We accept it then. 25 points on the board. Great Britain was the answer given. 25 points, and we will accept it. Back over to Walter and John Sikora. John?
Number 1, general knowledge.
Number 1, general knowledge. Great Britain was, by the way, the first answer that I heard out of the double answer. Here's the qualifier, gang. This French author's novel, Thérèse Raquin, was translated into a 3-part television series on PBS's Masterpiece Theater. Was it originally written by Baudelaire, Zola, or Balzac?
Balzac.
That's incorrect. Can you capitalize, Hillel?
Voltaire.
No, Zola. Zola. We stay, though, with Hillel. It would have been your turn, and go with Zachary Simon. Zach?
30, general knowledge.
30, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. Which one of these names does not belong in this list? Joni Mitchell, Billy Mitchell, or Leona Mitchell?
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell, right. He's a past military man. Joni and Leona, singers. For points now. Now to other names which do not belong in each of these 3 groupings. 5 points for each name you identify as not belonging. Number 1, Donizetti, Britton, or Cassatt?
Britain.
No, Mary Cassatt, painter. The other 2 are composers of operas. Number 2, Gower Champion, John Sargent, or Ron Field?
Gower Champion.
No, John Sargent. He's a painter. The other 2 are choreographers. Number 3, A.E. Hausman, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, or Ruggero Raimondi?
Raimondi.
Raimondi. He's an opera singer. The other 2 are poets. You picked up 5 points on that one, Hillel. We go back to Walter and John Powers. John?
Number 3, general knowledge.
Number 3, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. Disordered wit on As Schools Match Wits. Take these brief scrambled words from a famous line in Shakespeare's Richard III and unscramble them into the exact line. The line. Now our discontent is of the winter.
Now is the winner of our discontent.
That's correct, John. Now for points, Alter. As a starting point, there are 4 letters coming up on the screen. With each question, either add, subtract, or rearrange the letters to meet the varying demands. for 5 points apiece. Number 1, drop one letter, then rearrange, and you'll have the French word for life.
V.
V is correct. Number 2, rearrange and you'll have the sound of the nickname and most of the family name of a daredevil stuntman.
Evil.
Evel Knievel, right. Number 3, drop one letter, add an A, and rearrange for this word meaning a small closable vessel, especially for liquids.
Vial.
Well done. 15 points, Alder, on that one. We go back to Hillel Academy and David Hone. David?
General knowledge, number 13.
Number 13, general knowledge. What's the qualifier? The Ural Mountains separate Asia from what?
Europe.
Europe is correct, Zach. Now for points. The Union Jack consists of 3 superimposed flags of England, Scotland, and Ireland, and of each's saint. For 5 points apiece, name the saint with each. Number 1, English flag of Saint who?
James.
George. George. Number 2, Scottish flag of Saint Andrew. Andrew. And number 3, and the Irish flag of Saint
Patrick.
Patrick is correct. 5 points on that one, Hillel. Back over to Walter and Jin Chang. Jin?
23 general knowledge.
Number 23, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. Do you associate the World War II characters Willie and Joe with Norman Mailer, Ernie Pyle, Bill Malden, or Ernest Hemingway?
Pyle.
No, that's incorrect. Can you capitalize, Hillel?
Hemingway.
No, Bill Malden. His GI cartoon characters up front. But we stay with Hillel. It would have been your turn, and Sheila Mendelson. Sheila?
Number 14, words.
14 words. Here's the qualifier. Which of these definitions is the closest in meaning to the word sapient? S-A-P-I-E-N-T. Tired, sardonic, sagacious, or satanic?
Satanic.
That's incorrect. Can you capitalize, Alter?
Tired.
No, sagacious. Sagacious. We stay with you, though, Alter. It would have been your turn anyhow, and John Abley to pick a category. John?
27, general knowledge.
Number 27, general knowledge. Here's the qualifier. In Norse mythology, it was the great hall where Odin lived and received heroes fallen in battle. Name it.
Valhalla.
Valhalla is correct, Alder. Now for points. 3 vice presidents who went on to become outstanding presidents. 5 points for each you can identify. Number 1, John Adams's vice president.
Jefferson.
Right. 2, McKinley's vice president.
Roosevelt.
Which one?
Kennedy.
Right. And number 3, Harding's vice president.
Coolidge.
Calvin Coolidge. 15 points, Alder. Back over to Hillel and Ethel Greenstone. Ethel?
Number 8, music.
Number 8, music. Here's the qualifier. If you read on a program that the Appassionata piano sonata and the piano quartet in E flat were to be played, who? And that's the end of the game. Looks like the defending champions have done it for the second week in a row. We're going to be back to congratulate both of our fine teams after this commercial, so please stay with us. Well, a good game, but the defending champions have done it this week. Final score 115-70. Hillel, you're up against a tough group. You did a nice job. We were glad to have you. Good luck in all your future endeavors. Alter High School from Kettering, Ohio, you did it again. You won for the second week in a row. You're going to be faced next week by Greenon High School in Springfield, Ohio. So we'll see you next week. Good luck to you. And I hope we see you next week, ladies and gentlemen, when again, Kettering Alter will go up against Greenon. Till then, I'm Mike Gallagher. See you next week as schools match wits. Good night.